Hi guys, welcome to Music Business Today, where we give you the latest in music business news.
We sure do, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about some more Kanye West trouble that he's getting into, some Randy Travis, some info on his family, and then also about his current condition, and a little John Rich exciting news coming up.
Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Music Business Today. I am Hannah Renee.
And I am Kane Harrison, and to kick it off, we have a little bit more of Kanye West and the trouble that he's been in once again.
Yes, we do.
We reported a little while ago that he did have a scuffle with a paparazzi, and he hit his head on a stop sign, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's been at it once again, and I can imagine every now and again he just explodes. But he was walking outside of LAX, the terminal there in LA, and had a bit of an altercation with a cameraman.
And it's all on video.
It is all on video because, of course, he gets mobbed wherever he goes, especially now being involved with the Kardashians. It's always interesting for me, and we always talk about it, I know, but the fact that she lives a life that is directly related to being on the camera and for everyone being in her personal space. He obviously doesn't like it, but obviously now gets followed around. Knew what he was getting himself into, let's be honest.
I feel like some people are made to be in the spotlight and some people aren't.
Yeah.
Like, he just does not do well with that.
I mean, I think it's a case...
He should move to Switzerland.
He should. He should. They probably won't have him. But, I mean, I think even from a Kardashian standpoint, there's probably times where they are ready to blow their lid, or they're ready to really not be in the spotlight, and they've probably got some sort of clauses in theirs, let's be honest, because you know, if you've got the camera stuck in your face all the time, then you will get caught out. So you don't know what's happened before that's led to certain things, I guess,
true,
to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, he physically, attacked the guy, though.
Yeah, I know, but
you know, he could have just gotten into the vehicle like he did at the end of the video to leave.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not that hard to open the door and sit down in the vehicle and drive away.
Yeah, I think that I mean, I can see both sides of it, in that you just would get fed up with people just because they don't, from a celebrity standpoint, they don't have any rights really either. I mean, they try and develop relationships with the paparazzi so that they can, you know, develop these walls, but there's just some that constantly go.
Well, but he's constantly doing stuff that's making the paparazzi want to pay attention to him.
I know that too.
He just needs to be more boring, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, everyone also remembers that he, you know, kind of freaked out the whole thing with Taylor Swift a few years ago. There's been an audio released of what he was supposedly saying kind of backstage after the concert. And I read through this and it doesn't fully make sense to me, because he's talking about, like, you know, him being an artist, and like when someone else did this song, he spent 2 days rewriting one of his songs to, you know, respect them. And then he goes on saying how Beyonce should have won over Taylor Swift. And it's like, okay, how does those two things really tie together? You know, I get, like, you're friends with Beyonce.
Yeah,
but what does your whole rewriting music have to do with this?
Well, he went on to say, like, because he talks about Pink, and he was saying, you know, no one knows who Pink is. He didn't even know that song. Their song was the greatest song, and
he
it had the most
doesn't listen
spins.
to that kind of music.
That's exactly right, and I think that he needs to realise that there are more people in the world than the people that he hangs around with. Fair enough, they're fairly popular people, but I mean, Taylor writes all her own stuff, which is fantastic. Pink is a fantastic songwriter and performer. Let me see.
She's great.
Kanye West hang off a swing upside down and sing a bunch of songs.
It's got real interesting, don't tempt him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I think that he was just on his rant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but he's apparently kind of freaked out over that whole thing being released as well, which is his own fault.
That's exactly right. He said it, and apparently it was someone they were in a cafe or something, and it was overheard, and someone had just gone, you know, record on the iPhone, and then
you
it's taken a while to come out.
Have to always expect to be recorded or watched when you're in that kind of a spotlight.
Yeah. Someone else has been in the spotlight lately too, for a bunch of different reasons, and this one isn't great either, but it is Randy Travis, but his brother this time, who had been caught, I think, a couple of times before being involved in production of meth. So he had his own little meth lab going, David Trawick and his wife, and they're being held with a $500,000 bond apiece. So there was some pretty big goings on, but it's just sort of sad to see, again, Randy Travis's name being dragged through the media for the wrong reasons. We obviously know that he's been fairly ill of late and has had a few indiscretions of his own in the last year or so. But this won't at all help the name and him and his comeback. So
well, and then also on the Randy Travis note, with Randy Travis, there's actually an e-card that people can sign for him online. I think they've already had like 10,000 fans have signed it already. They're leaving that open through the 1st of August. So if you want to go on there, you can write them a little message. You can even like e-sign it, and you can go on there, do that, and they'll be closing that on August 1st, I believe, at midnight. No, at noon.
At noon.
Noon.
He's fantastic. I mean, I grew up, my parents listened a lot to Randy Travis, and so from a country music standpoint, absolutely, loved him. So I hope that it all sort of works out, and towards the end of his career, that he gets back on the mend and can make a mark and sort of leave with
he's in recovery, but he's still
So if we can sort of leave the end of his career putting a better taste in everyone's mouth, it would be really nice, because he's done some brilliant things. Another guy who is in the headlines at the moment a lot is Robin Thicke, and it's because mostly his video blurred lines. A lot of people, if you haven't heard of him, he's been around for a long time and has made a really big mark, actually, more in the African American community because of the soul and stuff that's in his voice. He sings very sultry lyrics. He's like a bit of a crooner. Looks a little like JT, maybe a little more rough around the edges.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes, I
They could be brothers.
Well, I read a thing that a lot of fans used to come up to him and be like, "JT, can I get an autograph?" And it wasn't actually him.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, it took he's 16 years, and then he had his first #1, which was this song.
Yeah, but has caused a lot of controversy.
It has, but he's saying he's kind of just having a bit of a laugh about it, and perhaps emulating some of the work of Benny Hill. So, but he's got, it's pretty racy. There's some topless women in there with holding farm animals and stuff like that. I mean, but let's be honest, he's not the first bloke to sing a sultry song.
It's not as racy as like some of these, rap videos and stuff that you see online. And he actually was leery about posting the video, about releasing it. And even talked to his manager. It was just like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Showed it to his wife and some of her girlfriends, and they're like, "This is the sexiest thing. Like, you have to post this. You have to."
And it's ironic because I think yesterday or the day before I read something about him again sitting at the airport, and he has been sort of working away, and now just this controversy kind of doesn't know how to deal with it in a way, because his wife, he's been married for the longest time. He's like, I think 36. He was married to his high school sweetheart. They've got a little girl, but he's just always been like this sexy dude who sings these sultry songs and has this persona of, a rock star sort of, but is completely not. And so this was a big gamble for him, but it obviously paid off, and now he kind of has to do this little PR thing to get it right. But the big difference is that he can sit there and say that he's been married to his beautiful wife for a certain amount of time, has a little girl, is a great father, and, so have a bit of fun with it. Have a bit of fun with your career. I think it's great.
I like that he's not like getting all worked up about it. No. He's just like, look, like this is what it is. I'm just having fun with the song. Like it's not what people.
And
are
a lot of other people
are
having fun with it too. If it's gone to #1, so.
I mean, I watched the video with a friend the other day, and it's like, it's kind of racy, but it's at the same time so goofy. Like these models are walking around topless, but they're like holding a goat or something. Yeah. And it's like, what is going on here?
It's cool.
Well, also, Covergirl has actually recently signed someone new, an up-and-coming artist. She's only 16. Her name is Becky G. She's a singer-songwriter and rapper. So they've recently signed her. She just finished up doing, a photo shoot with them. Covergirl's kind of gone on this tangent, I guess, of trying to be really unique in the types of people that they have, and just being natural, being who you are, being who you're made to be. So, that's kind of cool that they've signed this 16-year-old who is, I think I saw one of her videos a while ago. I had no idea who she was, but girl's talented. She's definitely got a career ahead of her.
I think it's a great, they've kind of done a great, from a male perspective, but they've done, you're dead right. Covergirl in the glory days were like more the supermodels of the 80s and through the early 90s and things like that. And then I think, with Ellen Alan did it, and then a few others that were more, I think Zooey Deschanel also did it at one stage, so they've sort of crossed over into this.
So it's like all these people that are uniquely beautiful within who they are.
But this is a really great way to find someone who is young, 16. And
Yeah,
generally
that's true.
in
She
that
is
world,
young.
if they had thrown a 16-year-old up there as the easy breezy cover girl, it probably wouldn't have worked. But she can obviously back this with her extreme talent.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a great way for them to have been able to, you know,
Oh, yeah.
brand their product.
It's great for them. It's great for her, too,
Yeah,
you know, because that's
absolutely.
going to be more publicity for her to really help get her career.
But
you
if
know,
they just had a
off the ground.
16-year-old model on there, I bet you there would be controversy.
Half the models are 16.
Well,
so many
I mean,
models these days are like between the ages of probably 14 and 18.
That's from their standpoint. I'm not saying, you know, I don't know anything about their marketing teams, but it's a great way to have someone young on there and kind of get away with it because of the fact that she is talented. She obviously deserves it. But
and she's uniquely her.
But who would you say that CoverGirl's market is? Are they more like 25 to 35s? Are they like 15 to 25, or is it?
I feel like they're trying to expand their market. I mean,
Okay.
the fact that they've signed a 16-year-old, you know, to be the new face of CoverGirl, you know, very clearly that opens them up to those preteens and teens and everything.
I mean, my natural thought, just from hearing it for so long, having obviously mum and two sisters, but CoverGirl was kind of more like that 25 to 35, not so much. It just from coming to mind. So you're dead right. They're going to do an awesome job.
Yeah.
And congratulations to her. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you won't see her on Kickstarter. Let's put it that way.
I mean, we were all thinking the money in the bank. Just sign with CoverGirl.
I talk about money in the bank. Someone who doesn't sing a whole lot anymore, but is still putting plenty of money in the bank is John Rich. And he has signed with the TV Guide Network for his own reality show. A part of the Music Mafia here in Nashville. Well, that wasn't a great look. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but Hannah's not particularly happy with that. But yeah, he's such a great businessman. Like him or hate him or his music, but he will be returning to television in the fall. And he has, as I said, signed with the TV network. But it's going to be like a reality cross interviewing cross. I don't know exactly. Yeah, he's tweeted out just saying, "Get ready, America! My new show is coming to TVG, and in this fall, it's one part talk, one part reality, and all parts Nashville." So,
I'm curious to know what the all parts Nashville is because I live here and I'd like to see.
Well, his perception of Nashville, I can guarantee, isn't our perception of Nashville.
This is true.
That is for sure. But he was on Nashville Star, which is sort of where he got his TV placement with Anastasia Brown, Jeffree Star. Back in the day, that's since been thrown away. But then hosted Gone Country, and then winning Celebrity Apprentice, I think, was the thing that
which is
really
kind of a big deal. Yeah,
a very big deal. And then Trace Atkins went on to win it as well. And then I think Trace won like the whole. Like the grand finalists all played off each other.
Can I say we're doing well in the South?
Oh, smart businessman. Outthinking it, that's for sure. But he'll be all over the TV screens telling you how wonderful he is in no time, I'm certain.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And that's it.
Sure.
That's it again.
Yes.
Unbelievable. It goes so fast.
Check us out online, talkapolis.com, also on Facebook.
Yeah, and we've got some really cool stuff coming up too with some collective artists that we've been working on. So Talkapolis has got a really cool thing in the future that we'll start to keep you informed with. So stay close to us so we can give you more information. You can do that by jumping on to the Talkapolis website, onto Facebook, onto Twitter, and we've got a brilliant Talkapolis app as well.
That you can get on your smartphone.
Absolutely. But until we see you next time, that's it. See you guys.
Talkapolis, the social media TV network for your city.